Yeah, timing is everything. In the last edition of the Weege Show from Redbud, I pointed out a few leaves on the ground in Michigan. Now 2 weeks later, we are in Minnesota and the leaves are starting to fall. I'm going to guess that no one is swimming in Spring Creek today. Truck driver over there for the AMA rig, Scott, told me that this morning at the track, 7 a.m., 33 degrees here in Minnesota. Yeah, no one swimming in Spring Creek today. That's normally how this event works. People hang out in there. Now, it's beautiful this afternoon, like really beautiful. Like, honestly, like this makes me want to get on a motorcycle and ride. It's nice weather, they get amateur day going, it's awesome. And it brings me to the whole idea of the timing of this series being one of those perfect things we never thought we'd try, and we might just learn from in a year where we've had a ton of those. Like all you folks that are getting to work from home when you normally don't, or all you folks that are like, hey, I've had more time riding dirt bikes with the family than I've had my entire life. But it's kind of been cool in a way. I'm not saying 2020 has been awesome, but there have been small gains and lessons learned. And that's what we're going to talk about here at the Weege Show. Of course, brought to you by Honda, and the 2021 CRF 450R is now out. So on this very YouTube channel here at RacerX Motocross and Supercross News, you can watch Chris Kiefer and his impressions of the bike from Glen Helen. That would have been on Wednesday when they rode. This is beyond my mechanical expertise. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get in here. I'm gonna climb this fence. I'm not smart enough. Amateur day going off. Look how good I am at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ship has come in. This is awesome. Justin Brayton is here. What's up, dude?
I heard there's a race going on. I'm ready to go.
Why don't you rip one of those 2021s, dude? Maybe they need a guy to break it in, test it, get it dialed.
Maybe. Yeah, that.
Have you ridden one yet?
I haven't.
You have not ridden one yet?
I've been like full hibernation in Iowa for the past couple months.
Are you coming back home?
We come back this week.
Okay, we're back at NC.
Yes,
Maybe we can hang out.
Our training starts again.
Okay.
Get back to our program. Testing, riding, you know how it goes. Yeah.
Okay, this is great that I've got expert analysis now. Okay, it's not going to be hot like it normally is. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Is there something to be said for that? Like, these guys got a break. If we ran this schedule on purpose, and guys knew it was going to be a break between Supercross and Motocross, they could get a break, they could test, they could ride the new bikes maybe.
Yep.
Every race wouldn't be torturously hot and humid. Is there some merit to that, or are you just like, no, it should be gnarly, it should be tough? What do you think?
Well, I think you would still get both. Like, are you talking this late in the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
if we did
think
this
you
on
would get
purpose.
both. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, literally 2 weeks ago, so I've been about 3 hours south of here.
Okay.
And 2 weeks ago, it was like high 90s,
still
super gnarly. So
okay,
you kind of, I don't want to say we're getting lucky with this weather, but
it could still be hot.
It could still be hot. So,
I see.
But you do have a better chance of being a nice and cool day. And as a fan, which I've been this whole summer, is I like it like this because then people can go to the limit, and there's 7 to 8, maybe 10 guys that can go to the limit for the whole moto.
Right.
Where before, if it was going to be 100 degrees, you'd almost count 2 or 3 guys for the win.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. And me racing the Nationals for so many years, on a nice and cool day, you eliminate so many factors like that don't come into play, and you can you can go to your limit fairly easy for 35 minutes.
New bikes usually come out around this time. But would teams race them, you think, or is it too hard to get something and I'm in a few weeks race it?
It'd be really difficult, but I would think, like, for instance, Honda obviously has Trey Kennard.
Yeah.
I would think Trey would get on the bike, probably get some race settings going, and then if there is a break or two, he would say, hey, try this out. And if a guy feels super comfortable on it right away, hey, let's go race it. If a guy's in the championship lead or vying for the championship, I don't think they would switch. Yeah. Unless it's just so much better. You saw that with Langston, I believe.
Yep. Villapoto once.
Villapoto once. Yeah. So I think it would vary on how well the bike is at that point.
But if it happened, it would be exciting, and it would open the door for that.
For sure. And you would learn a lot more for the following year.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So why are you here, by the way? Just a fan?
Fan, man. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Yeah. So we actually bought a house in Iowa this summer, and so we've been there for almost 3 months now, and this is our last week. So, and I kind of planned it around this. I wanted to come up here, hang out, and then we head back to North Carolina next week. So,
okay. We'll bang bars on some kids, bang bars on some Stasics maybe.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We'll make it happen.
I say I've been in hibernation, but we've been grinding.
Oh no.
There's a local mini track in Iowa.
Really?
We've been grinding.
Oh
so,
boy.
Game on.
I want to stay out of there. I'm battling the Reeds on one front.
I know.
I'm battling
BMX,
the Braytons on another.
All in on the BMX program.
I can't handle it, man. I'm becoming a mini dad. All right. Well, it's already a good day. JB's here.
Weege, good to
Thanks.
see you.
Well, how about that? You don't need to hear it from me. Expert analysis from Justin Brayton. That is the greatest weed show ever, in my completely biased opinion. So here's the point I'm making, and Steve Mathis and I talked about this with a column that you could read on racetracksonline.com. We posted it last Saturday during the off weekend. What if this was the schedule on purpose? Now, this year is a grind. I already talked about that in previous weed shows. These guys didn't know they were going to have this time off between Supercross and Motocross. They didn't know in March and April when Supercross or Motocross would come back. So these guys have been training and riding the whole time. It's an extra long season. Physically, mentally, I think a lot of these guys are worn out. So you can't take everything we're seeing in 2020 as an example of the way it would be if they knew this was the schedule. I think it'd be exciting to get new bikes like that 2021 CRF 450R out here on the racetrack. I think it would be exciting for the fans to watch it. And I think if you're the marketing department and a team and you're trying to justify how much budget you give the race crew, and you're buying commercials and ads and all these other things, you can just roll racing right under there. And who doesn't want the teams to have more money to spend on more riders and more salary and all that stuff? So there's something to be said for all this stuff. And I think this schedule could potentially work. Now, I know the knee-jerk reaction, someone in the comment section right now is going to say, I want the races to be the hottest, most humid, nasty races ever. That's what separates the men from the boys, and I get it. I know that Bob Hanna walked uphill in the snow both ways in 100 degrees in Texas and went wide open for 45 minutes on crap bikes on way rougher racetracks than anything we have now. I've heard the stories. But as Brayton said, you could still get a nice balance. You get a little bit of this. You know, we would start in maybe July or August. Still gonna get some hot races. And sometimes when you have races where the dudes aren't completely spent at the 20-minute mark, the battles are better. Magic wrenches. That's Max Hanson's mechanic over there, Dave Dye. So I think there's merit to this. I don't know if we're gonna see it. I think the real problem is if you told the riders there was a legitimate break between Supercross and Motocross, would they actually take that break? These are the most competitive people in the world, these professional athletes, right? These are 1%ers. To tell them you got 8 weeks or 6 weeks before the end of Supercross and the beginning of Motocross, take 2 weeks off, don't ride, don't test, don't train. Are they actually gonna listen to that? It's doubtful. And then by the time you get to September and October, these guys are completely worn out and spent again, like they would feel this year. Even if they knew they had a break, I don't know if they would take it. They'd probably just ride and test and train more. So there are definite downsides. I don't know if we'll ever get to see it, but I think there's some lessons learned. I think the doubleheader at Redbud was cool. I don't think anyone would have ever considered that under normal circumstances, but we tried it, it was good. Having all those races in Utah and racing on Wednesdays and Sunday for Monster Energy Supercross was a definite hit in these pits. I have not talked to a single rider that didn't like it, and I think the teams didn't mind it either. I mean, they're riding during the week anyway. That's what's unique about this form of motorsport. They're already riding. Why not do it, make it count, and get your season either over with or build in a bigger break because of it? So I think there are some lessons that we can learn from 2020. Hard to believe that some positive could come out of that. Now, some news for everybody today. Where's Star Racing Yamaha? They have a new rider this week making his pro debut, coming off an ACL injury. He would have raced at Hangtown this year if we had the opener then he got hurt. And this extended schedule gave us time. It's a heck of a mask right there. What? Oh, it's like a mask hoodie combo.
Yeah, no, it's a little chilly out.
You want to ride a 250 again?
No.
You just can't get away.
No, it's a little more relaxed vibe over here.
Okay.
Steve's over there testing my bike for next year.
Yeah, you're good. You got Mathis testing. Chase Sexton back in, that's your home, man. You're a Geico Honda rider this year. Yep. So Chase Sexton sitting on Joe Shimoda's 250. Yes, Mathis actually put some opinions out on the new Honda 450, and then I said to Chase Sexton, I'm like, you're good, man. Steve can just test your bike for you, and he's like, yeah, we'll be fine. It's soupy. There's a 134 over here, so I want to show you. New bike, new rider this weekend. Jared Fry gonna make his pro debut. Wouldn't have got it in coming back from the ACL, but the longer schedule got it in. Now, who's missing over there is Ty Masterpool, 2 and done. Remember, he crashed in the second moto of the second Redbud. Masterpool I think 2 days ago they decided his leg is still hurt. It's a different leg, the opposite leg he hurt beginning of the year. So he's not racing this weekend. And I gotta find out, there was a big story that Nate Thrasher was gonna make his pro debut for Entirely Designed's Red Bull KTM, but he was filling in for Pierce Brown, who got hurt. So they were gonna give Thrasher a couple of pro races. But I think Thrasher might have got hurt like yesterday and might not be racing. I'll have to go check on that as we go past the Honda generator and between the Hondaville. So just to wrap this up, if you want to read about the new Honda CRF 450R, presenting sponsor of our Weege show, just check out Chris Kiefer's review. Kiefer may or may not have had a hand in the development of the bike. So I would feel, in my humble, completely unbiased opinion, that he has better analysis than anyone else on that new bike. So check that out. And think about this schedule. A beautiful fall day in Minnesota. This is gonna be the first fall feeling national we've had, I think since like the late 80s, early 90s. Believe it or not, this series used to wrap up in October. There could be lessons to be learned from that. Here's TLD. See if we can figure out what bikes are here. And I'll just break this Thrasher news one way or another. And also JGR. JGR has brought a new rider in, an old rider. Isaac Teasdale, who raced Supercross for them, hurt his knee. He is back. He'll be racing a 450 for the team this weekend. Yeah, I only see 2 bikes. Is Thrasher out? No Thrasher? Did Thrasher get beat up? No Thrasher.
Over there, see his team over there.
What? I'm so confused.
You won't be racing.
No Thrasher. That's what I heard. All you're doing is confirming. You're not breaking the news. We won't be racing. All right, Thrasher's out. So that changed quickly. All right, so we confirm no Nate Thrasher. Jared Fry's in. Time Master pulls out. Keep that in mind for your fantasy teams, everybody. And that's our Weege show. Some food for thought. A fall feeling national. To me, it feels pretty good, but maybe that's because I got to hang out with Justin Brayton and that just makes everything seem awesome. Thanks for watching.